Hello, thanks for stopping by. My name is Big Cliff. This is my new series, What, Why, and How, where I tell you what, why, and how for different weapons and abilities in Destiny 2. If you find this vid helpful in any way, please like your sub and let me know down in the comments. Those make my day. Tell me if you like this series or not. I also stream at ttv.bigcliff, so come on, check me out. Now on to the video. What? Today's topic for what, why, and how are our favorite little tubes of death, breach grenade launchers. They are some of the best weapons in the game for general play and in-game activities, and they come in 3 tasty flavors: lightweight frame, exotic, and wave frame. Each one of these has its own benefits, and there are currently 2 exotic GLs, 1 wave frame, and 5 lightweight frame GLs. The 2 exotics being the Fighting Lion and the WITHERHOARD. The only non-sunset wave frame is the Deafening Whisper. And the 5 lightweights are the TRUTHTELLER, Empty Vessel, Pardon Our Dust, Ignition Code, and the SALVAGER'S Salvo. One of the grenade launcher's best perks is blinding. Majority of GLs can roll with the perk blinding nades, and this is hands down one of the best perks in the entire game, as shooting your GL makes everyone in the room just not shoot at you. It is the ultimate panic button. Why? I don't know why you want each of these weapons and GLs in general. It's because GLs provide the most utility of any weapon in Destiny 2. They are not very well-rounded weapons, but very good at what they are supposed to do. First GL we are going to talk about is the beast of GLs, the WITHERHOARD. Now the WITHERHOARD is perhaps one of the best weapons in the entire game because of its ability to control an area with very potent damage with its exotic perk, Primeval's Torment, which makes the weapon shoot a taken blight that does damage over time where it was shot. And it is a great angler weapon for in-game content. It is my go-to pick when I'm not running an exotic heavy. It also comes with an amazing catalyst that massively boosts the handling. It gives the weapon auto-loading holster, which makes the weapon go from C to S tier. And the background footage is in Master VOG, so you can truly see just how good this performs in the hardest activity in the game. It is truly an amazing weapon that every player should use. It may be a grind to get the catalyst, but the grind is 100% worth it, because the catalyst on that gun helps the weapon out so much. Without the catalyst, the weapon is very slow, and the load time on it is also very slow, but the auto loading and the handling fixes all the problems of the weapon, makes it the ultimate gun. Up next is the other exotic launcher, the Fighting Lion, and well, it's a primary, so it has infinite ammo. While that may seem nice on a GL, it kind of sucks in PvE. Now, this is definitely a PvP weapon that only really good players can use, This weapon is not built for everyone, but if you know what you're doing, you can actually make this weapon pretty deadly. The next weapon on our list is the Ignition Code. This beast goes into our kinetic slot and belongs to the lightweight frame family. It's an extremely good GL with amazing perks. In the first column, you ideally want hard launch or quick launch. And in the second column, there are 2 main ones: Spike Nades and Blinding Grenades, the 2 best ammo perks on a GL. In the third column, this is a unique perk, Slide Shot, and it reloads your weapon each time you slide. It's an extremely powerful combo on a GL, because every time you slide, you get another grenade. This is the whole point of the Ignition Code. In the fourth column, you have the choice of Vorpal or Demo. Now this is a very good and very unique launcher. You can see just how potent Slide Shot is if you plan on having your GL out majority of the time. It is a great pick. Its ease of farming also makes it another reason to pick this up. Our next weapon is the Pardon Our Dust. On the lightweight frame GL, this one goes in your kinetic slot. This is a top tier GL, mainly used for blinding and utility. It is almost always a part of my loadout. Now this thing has some really nice perks, and it can get the amazing hard launch and quick launch in the first column. And the same 2 perks, blinding and spike. But ideally on this weapon, you want blinding, as this is mainly a blinding GL. This can also get auto-loading holster, letting you load it every 3 seconds that it is stowed. That combined with blinding is one of the best combos in the game. And the fourth, you can get Demo and Vorpal, and I prefer the Demo role, as this is the only kinetic GL that can get auto-loading blinding, making it a must-have weapon. It also has a very high handling, making swapping back and forth a breeze. Up next is actually 2 weapons, the Empty Vessel and the TRUTHTELLER. They're energy void and solar lightweight frame GLs. These two guns are basically the exact same gun, just different elements. These both have one main use, blinding nades. They have mostly the same perks, but the exact same god rolls. Both can get hard and quick launch, both can get spike and blinding, and both can get auto loading, and both can get demo. Well, sadly, only the empty vessel can get vorpal. Both of these GLs are top tier blind GLs, and I use TRUTHTELLER quite often. While the TRUTHTELLER is more rare, it is very much worth it because of just how effective these weapons are. In endgame content like GMs, the TRUTHTELLER will be your best friend as it will literally save your life so many times you will fall in love with this weapon. Now sadly I never got the auto-loading blinding and the empty vessel, only quick draw blinding, but even with just blinding, the grenade is amazing. So don't throw away your weapon just because you didn't get auto-loading. If you got blinding, that's still a great weapon. Our next GL truly lives up to the name Tube of Death. The ritual weapon SALVAGER'S SALVO is truly one of the best GLs in the game and is a ad clearing machine. Since it is a ritual weapon, it has no random rolls. You get the OP roll immediately. Now SALVAGER'S SALVO comes packed with quick launch and spike grenades. It also comes with a choice of ambitious assassin and chain reaction and a handling masterwork. The ideal setup is ambitious assassin and chain reaction, which lets you tear through ads. As every time you get a kill, you get 2 chain reaction shots in the mag. It is definitely one of the most fun weapons in the game and one of my personal favorites. If you run anything that loads automatically like Hunter Dodge with Invis, this weapon feels so smooth. Just kill a guy, dodge, get the whole room. This is literally one of the most relaxing and fun combos to run on a Hunter with Gambler's Dodge, as you just kind of relax and murder everybody. The next and final tube on our list is quite a unique one, the Deafening Whisper. It is a wave frame void energy GL. What is a wave frame? Well, instead of firing a normal grenade once, it shoots on the ground and launches forward a big line of damage, or a wave. It is extremely good for instantly knocking down a wave of enemies, and is the only non-sunset wave frame in the game. The Whisper can get hard and quick launch, but instead of spike or blinding, you can only get high velocity rounds on this. It's not a blinding grenade, there's nothing to blind. It's an ad clear weapon and a damn good one. It can get Ambitious Assassin in its 3rd column and Rampage in its 4th. While Rampage sounds weird on a GL, this one can stack multiple Rampages in a single wave, and it's a very good wave clear weapon. Now personally I have Unrelenting on it, which, a single GL starts me regenerating health, so it's pretty useful. I quite like this weapon because it's so effective and easy to use that you don't need to worry about missing because how the weapon works. Just a very snappy and responsive weapon and one of my personal favorites. How? Now how can you use these weapons? Most importantly, how to farm them. Well, not all these GLs can be farmed, majority of them can. First up is the WITHERHOARD. Now this weapon does require you to own the Shadowkeep DLC to purchase. Now to purchase it, just swing by the tower and open up the exotic kiosk. You can buy this weapon for 1 exotic cipher every week from Xur, 100,000 Glimmer, 150 Glacial Starwort, and 1 Ascendant Shard. Next, the Catalyst, which you get the quest from Banshee from after you own the weapon. Once you get the quest, your first objective will be to acquire 50 Vault Keys. Vault Keys have a chance to drop from enemies that are killed with their kinetic or special grenade launcher. While they don't drop on every kill, they are pretty common, so it shouldn't take you that long. After that, you'll need to get 100 Guardian kills with a Crucible and a grenade launcher. This is where the trouble starts. You also need 200 multi-kills with grenade launcher in PvE activities, and that one's not bad. Just equip Salvagers. Obtain 30 Filthy Lucre, and you just got your kills with this weapon, either Sure Chi or Thrallway. Next is the Fighting Lion. Well, this is a world drop. It can be sold by Xur, so not much to say about the weapon. Next is the Slide Daddy Ignition Code. This is not only very easy to get, but very easy to farm. Now this weapon can drop from any season of the SPLICER activity, but the best way to farm the weapon is umbral focusing. All you gotta do is go to the helm, and if you own Season 14, you can easily focus farm this weapon through the SPLICER's Captain's Armor for 1 umbral engram, 75 encrypted data. Now if you don't want to gather encrypted data, and I don't blame you, or just don't own Season 14, you can focus your Season 15 SPLICER Army. While the pool is a little bit bigger, it's still pretty easy to get them, and you'll get a good amount of them. Next up is the TRUTHTELLER. While sadly this weapon is a world drop, so not easy to farm, but luckily it only has 5 perks in each column. So when you do get it, it's a lot more likely to get a god roll. It's Big Brother. The empty vessel is farmable. You can easily farm through the strike playlist as it drops at the end of Vanguard strikes. While it does have a lot of perks, so every time you get it, it's a lot less chance you'll get that god roll you want. But it is still farmable. Now the easiest way to farm this is simply by doing the Lake of Shadow strike over and over again, located in the EDC. Next up on our list is the Pardon Our Dust. Now this weapon is farmable, just not directly. It drops from one of the best things, the Dares of Eternity loot pool. It can also drop from the Parables halls that he sells. The best way to farm this weapon is to do dares over and over again, and use your treasure keys to open the chest. That is where you'll get weapons very much with the Dares of Eternity. Now the best way to get a bunch of treasure keys is actually to keep buying Parables halls, unless you are stockpiling them for the Witch Queen. And if you don't have any focus on stockpiling for the Witch Queen, which you should, then you should do this to get your weapon. Now the next item we will discuss on how to farm is the Deafening Whisper. Now this weapon can be farmed, thank God. This weapon can be easily farmed through the Tools of the Hunt Season 15 tab inside of the helm. It costs 1 Umbral Engram, 150 Parallax Trajectory, and 5 Legendary Shards. Our next and final weapon will be the Salvager's Salvo. Well, this cannot be farmed because it only has 1 set of rolls. It is a pinnacle weapon for Season 13, and since it is a pinnacle weapon, it comes from a quest, not a drop in the game. Now, to acquire this quest, simply talk to Banshee or look up the Legacy tab in the Forgotten Quest kiosk next to Postmaster. Now get ready, because this one's a long one. You gotta earn 75,000 points in complete matches. Now, those are earned by defeating combatants in the Crucible, Gambit, or Strikes. More points are awarded for getting kills with grenades and grenade launchers, final blows. After you finish those steps, the Salvager's Salvo will be yours. And that's why, that is how to get all of the GLs in the game. Outro. Thanks for watching, and hopefully if this video helped you, please tell me in the comments, because those just make me happy. I love seeing those comments. If you want to see this for my content again, please like and sub. And I don't upload as much as I would like to, but I do it as much as I can. So please leave comments on what else you would like me to cover, and I will cover it. Alright, see you.